on this week's What Do You Got? Annoying things about social media.
Stay tuned.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
I'm Andy Smith.
And this is What Do You Got? A little segment where we come to the table with a topic that the other guy doesn't know about. Let's bring it on each other and we chit-chat about it for a little while. Andy, it's your turn. What do you got?
Old Faithful. Oh, I don't have a topic, so we're going to talk about how much we hate social media.
I feel like we've done this one
Oh, 1,000 times, but it's always fun, bud.
Even in other topics, we're like, let's talk about carving pumpkins and why it's dumb, Facebook!
Yeah, Facebook. No, just the most recent things about social media that are annoying. And this is just open for discussion. What are your top things recently that you've seen in social media or about social media or whatever that are just annoying and need to go the fuck away?
I gotta say that thankfully it's phasing out, but for the longest time it's been nothing but political.
Politics needs to go away.
Nothing but political.
Politics needs to leave Facebook.
It needs to leave Facebook.
I hate when people post those memes about politics where like they're like they made a point and fixed the problem, and you're like, nah, you just getting everybody to agree with you who already did. It doesn't do nothing. Please don't do that on Facebook. Please don't do that on Instagram. It's dumb.
Print out the picture and like tack it to your wall, and then feel good about yourself every time you look at it.
You know,
leave everyone else alone.
One of the things I was thinking was the trends that they do. Like some of them I don't mind, which is where I confuse myself because some of them you're like, okay, that's a funny thing. Like it's funny, and I don't necessarily think it's a difference in humor, but some of them are just fucking stupid. Like the viral things where like people do this and then everyone does it. And the way that I look at social media, you know, when you like a song or you hear a song, you're like, I like that song. And then the radio plays it so much, you're like, I don't need to hear that ever again.
Yeah.
Ever again. I feel like that's what it is with the trends.
You know what the problem is with that? Is that there's no originality. And I learned this.
That's one of my next ones.
This is gonna be a trip. This story I'm about to tell.
Okay.
I used to go to a summer camp.
Loser.
And in the summer camp, we took a comedy course. It obviously didn't
work.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Didn't work.
I couldn't even say that faster than you, and I took the comedy course. It wasn't even funny. We had to do a skit comedy thing at the end of the couple of weeks that the camp was.
Okay.
And we had to put on 3 skits. I forget what the first one was. You know what? It wasn't a comedy thing. I'm fucking up this whole story. It was a leadership course.
Okay.
But we had to
that's why you're not funny.
That's why I'm not funny. We had to put on an event, and the event ended up being we were going to do skits.
Okay.
And the first skit that we did was a reenactment of an SNL Jeopardy skit. And it was okay.
Okay.
It was decent.
How old were you?
Probably like 12 or 13.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, we were kids. It wasn't like a couple weeks ago, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why you couldn't make it to the UFC.
So, and after that, we did an original skit that had to do with the camp. The camp was big on no PDA, so we did a whole thing where like someone falls, breaks their leg, and you're trying to help them up, and like camp counselors yelling at you for no PDA. You can't.
That's original.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And people were dying because it was specific to the audience and it was original.
Yeah.
And there was no way that our SNL recreation would ever be better than SNL.
No.
Just not going to happen.
No.
So the moral of that story is when you see people do that stuff on TikTok and whatever the other crap is, Ding Dong,
Ding
Wah
Dong.
Wah.
We should come up with an app called Ding Dong.
They have that. I have it.
I think you're on that app.
Ding Dong. Ooh, that would be a good idea.
Oh yeah, that's a gay dating website. Ding Dong.
Every time someone likes you, your phone just goes Ding Dong.
You
get aroused every time you ring a doorbell.
It's I can't.
Someone knocks on your door and you're like, no, it's not the same.
It's not the same. You got to ding my dong, bro. Ding my dong. What would the likes be called then?
Rings.
No, they got to be something about your dick. Ding dong. You can't have it called a ring.
This is why my mother doesn't watch
Cock
this
rings. There you go.
show. Moving on up. So
No, I was gonna say that the other thing too is it's become when people put a joke on there,
yeah,
or they do one of those sketches or whatever, or it's just literally a tweet or a joke. Twitter's like one of the worst ones, but the comment section too. Somebody will say a joke, and it'll be funny, and then 50 people after that will say the same thing. Maybe one or two didn't see it and they came up with it on their own. Golf clap to you, sir, but you're late to the party. But the other people look at it, they're like, that got a lot of likes. He's funny. I'm going to get some likes. It's just, I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it does.
I know. It bothers me too.
I don't know whether that means there's something more wrong with me or them.
I think part of the problem is we're still on these things. Like how many times?
But we're not. I'm not. We don't really use it, and it's because of that. That's one of the main reasons, because we don't like the stuff that goes on there. And for the couple posts that you find that you do like, you just got to wade through all oh, what's her at? She's jumping up and her titties are bouncing. How original. And you're like, all right, cool. I'll look, but okay. You know,
I think part of it is it numbs you to all the stuff too.
What's that?
You get so much content thrown in your face, so much, so fast that you're just even if something is funny, you're kind of just huh. It just doesn't have the same oomph to it that something in real life would have. You know what I mean? I'm having trouble describing.
Yeah, it's
not the same thing as a girl jumping up and down in front of you.
There is this weird thing where you'll see something and you'll think it's funny, but you don't even laugh.
Yeah, that's what
which
I'm
is
saying.
Weird
because you're numb. You're dying on the inside.
There's so much of it, and then I'm guilty of this. Is where I send things to my friends because I think they're gonna find it funny, but it's just they all follow the same. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see it eventually because everyone's thing is private now. So they're gonna come across it. So if I can send it to them, they're gonna see it. But some of them are cool, but I don't know. Do you think it's going to get better? I feel like that shit can't last forever. Like that fake, This is why I think we're getting messed with. Those commercials, first of all, there's two things. Number one, the fake video people.
What do you mean?
The people were somebody comes out and they're like, oh my God, we're going to prank Stephanie. And it's okay.
Just say it's a skit. Okay. Just say it's a skit.
Yeah.
I know it's not real.
But the acting, you're just all right, dude, why do this? But they get fucking views because people watch them. I guess me too, because I watched the beginning, but.
You sent me one.
I sent them to you because they piss you off.
I know. You sent me the one where a guy revealed that he knew that his brother slept with his fiance.
Yes.
And as it's going on, I made it through a good quarter of it, and then I found the thing lasted for 5 minutes. It was ridiculous.
That's my issue with them is they're not short. They're 10-minute videos.
So I made it through a good portion of that, and I'm sitting there why is the mother helping?
Yeah.
That's still one of her children over
there. Yeah. She's either the worst person in history, or this is fake.
Or it's fake.
The other one is those mobile app games.
Yeah.
Where they're playing the game in real life on paper, but the game who shoots that video?
My favorite with the app game ones is when they have the whiteboard, and they're hitting buttons but on a whiteboard.
That's what I mean.
And you're just
but everyone we talk to hates these things. So why are they still out?
Because we're talking about them.
No.
Yes.
Nobody downloads the fucking game because of one of those commercials. It's impossible.
You don't know, bro. Maybe we're the wrong target.
We don't deserve the internet.
We don't. We do not deserve the internet.
We don't. I think this is somebody else's joke. I'm sure somebody's done a premise on this. They've had to. But if fucking another species came here and you were like, they're like, oh, you guys have like all the information in your world's history in your pocket at all times. And like, what do you know, like you guys your intelligence level must be off the charts because, you know, once you're out of school, you can just look up whatever. What do you use it for? Jerking off and video games. You're like, what?
And you would have to be like,
Jerking off in video games.
that's the good stuff.
Yeah, that's what is most of the internet comprised of? Porn.
There's actually an episode of the Orville about this. Spoilers for the Orville.
I don't know what that is.
Orville is, I've talked to you about this before. It's like Star Trek, but it was made by Seth MacFarlane. So it's like
I think
funny
yeah.
Star
I know
Trek.
what this is now.
And there's an episode where they discover a planet. They go to planets sometimes that like either don't know about space. So it was basically like 1990s America. Like the entire planet was like people, but like in the 1990s. They hadn't gotten past that point yet.
Yeah.
Maybe late 1990s. But they found a way to be completely democratic. In America, we're democratic, but we have to elect officials to do things for us.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, they found computers and they decided everything gets decided by likes or dislikes. So like there was a guy who ended up being on trial.
Which is voting.
Which is voting. Guy was on trial and they were like, all right, everyone decide if he's guilty or not. And you literally just go up to a TV and you go down click and the guy gets executed.
Yeah.
It was traumatizing.
Well,
Good episode.
so it's what do you think about, like, it's kind of weird because back in the day during MySpace, like your amount of followers or friends or whatever, it like mattered in social, but not really. But now your amount of followers on Twitter and Instagram is like, that's a bargaining chip for a contract.
Yeah. It's deeper than that, dude.
How deep does it go?
So deep.
That's what she said.
My coworker told me that her daughter, who's in high school, I believe she's a junior. Imagine I like released the Twitter handle. I think we'd get arrested for that.
Maybe. Yeah.
If she posts something on Instagram and it doesn't immediately get enough likes, she'll immediately delete it. She'll like post it, wait, delete it. But it's not like she's famous.
That's a problem.
But that's normal. That's normal. That's a new normal.
That's a problem.
I know.
It's
weird. I don't know what that says psychologically, but that has to be doing something psychologically.
Well, it's definitely an approval thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a self-esteem issue because you're like, oh, not enough people liked my picture, which means that they don't approve of it, which means they don't approve of me, which means I need to delete this because that way their disapproval doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Which is, they need to bring back the thumbs down
In the paper?
in everything.
Did you ever read the thumbs down in the paper? This is a weird tangent.
No.
At least in our newspaper back home, we would have the thumbs up, thumbs down section, and you would read it, and it would be like it was in the paper. You would have to pay $1 for this to get published.
Yeah.
It would be like thumbs up to the ShopRite for going above and beyond, and then you see the thumbs down, and it'd be like thumbs down to my neighbor who leaves his trash can out all week long, and every week we would get this newspaper and be like, I want to see a thumbs down. I just want to see people get like demolished.
That is why human beings are the shittiest creature. Because if you go to a restaurant and it's the best food that you've ever eaten in your life, the waiters and the waitresses are phenomenal. They make you laugh the whole night and you have the best time. You might write a review.
Yeah.
But if someone goes to a restaurant and they get a piece of pizza and they order a second one and it's 2 minutes later than their expectation, they will write a 1-star review with a novel underneath it.
Yep.
Because we love drama.
We do.
We're shitty.
We're
We're really shitty. We're not above this, by the way.
No, we're not.
We're not above anything.
No, we're not. We're sounding all high and mighty, but
Yeah, we're not. But
I mean, we're about to post this to YouTube. If it doesn't get enough likes, I'm going to delete
we're
it.
going to delete it. Imagine that's our testament, is all our videos that have no views or likes or all dislikes. See? We're rebels. We're fighting the good fight. We're just posting shitty.
A year from now, we're just crying in the studio. We're doing it.
We're just posting shit on Insta. Dude, I can't. what gets me messed up with that is the time.
Yeah.
The time that it takes to post that, because that's what I think of when I look at those, like, the fucking poses that, and I'm just going to use white girls as an example because they're part of my group and they're the most offensive users of it. They're the most offensive users of the poses that, like, they find the pose that makes them look, they contort into a certain way and they find it, and then that's the only pose that they'll get a picture taken in.
Yeah.
And it's like I get it, but but humans don't stand like that. So like you're coming up with this fictional fake little thing on
I mean, we
Gram.
can go down that whole rabbit hole too. How
Yeah.
90% of people post constantly good things. I mean, you get the negative things too, but like when you're looking at social media, you're thinking everyone is living this holly jolly life and no one has any struggles. Not no one has any struggles, but like life is so distorted, and then you look at your own life and you're like, why is my life like this?
But at the same time, it's like everyone posts all the good shit, right? So you get this like disingenuous view of how other people's lives are going.
Yeah.
But then if you post something bad, people are like, stop being a pussy. Your life is now hard. Guess what happened to me last week? It's all that. So you're fucked if you do. You fucked. The only way that you get away with posting something with somebody not talking shit is if you post something that's funny.
yeah,
Just funny.
just funny.
Not like funny and sexy. Because it's like, you're just doing that to get likes because your tits are out. Like, it's a weird place. It's a savage place.
It's a savage place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate it.
We got to post every day.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We got to use this machine that we hate.
This stupid machine.
It makes it, yeah. If there was one thing that would make me never want to do this again, it would be social media.
I know.
Yeah.
So go like our Instagram and Facebook page.
Go on all the social medias and like all of our stuff. I do like the fact that YouTube has the down button still.
Yeah, for now. It used to have stars. Do you remember that? Am I thinking something else?
I think you might be thinking of something else.
Am I thinking Netflix? I think Netflix used to have stars.
I think they still do.
Do they? No, I think you like or dislike.
Oh, maybe. No, they have a star system based on how well they think you're gonna like it. I think.
Yeah, it's like skewed. It's not like public opinion.
No,
like
they
what
make
they
it up.
Yeah.
Because I saw a couple movies on there. I'm like, that's not a 5-star movie. I've seen that movie. That's not 5 stars.
It's about as relevant as the UFC rankings.
Yeah.
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 All right.
All right.
Done with this.
So the best social media account that you could possibly get is over at brodownpro.com. That's actually a lie, but we do have a lot of cool stuff for sale. We have t-shirts. Holy shit, that was loud. Oh, I forgot it's only in my headphones, so no one can hear it but me. We have a whole bunch of cool stuff for sale, like t-shirts, hoodies, drawstring bags, cell phone cases, so much more. So go to brodownpro.com.
We have a 5-star rating.
I think it's like 4.8.
We have a 4.8 star rating.
We'll catch you guys next time.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day.